Welcome back to Digi Bros. I'm Digi Bro.
Welcome back to Digi Bros. I'm gonna fucking live try this fucking cold brew coffee ale. It smells just disgusting.
Victor, I know Digi edits these, but can we make an executive decision that the episode just started?
Yeah.
It's just you and me.
It's already started. What are you talking about?
Good.
Here, smell this. Does it smell awful?
Have you tried it yet?
No, I'm about
After you try it, I want to try it. So you've got a beer. You got a beer that's half coffee, half beer,
it's
or what?
It's a coffee ale. I have no fucking idea what it is.
Fucking try it so I can try it. So welcome to Digi Bros. My name's Victor.
Oh God!
Is it bad?
It tastes too much like beer.
Growl.
Here, try it. It's not that bad.
Growl. Hey Digi, we started the episode without you.
That's fine.
Yeah, you better not.
I'm gay.
You better not fuck me in editing, you son of a bitch.
But it has a coffee aftertaste, so that's okay.
And Sheep wants to try it too.
Go for it.
Cause you don't want to get girl cooties all over Victor.
No, girl cooties! No!
Gotcha. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I would drink that.
It's the only beer that I've had in the last week that I
You
actually
want to try
liked.
my favorite beer?
Yeah,
Three
Digi's $11 bottle of beer.
What kind of beer is it?
It's a big beer.
Your Patreon money's going to a good cause.
Shut
Digi's
up.
alcoholism, although I'm sure they already knew that when they patroned.
I've warned them.
Guys, just stop giving money to Digi. He's got too much. Any new?
No, I need a lot more money.
If you want to donate to Patreon, just donate to me instead of him. You can go to.
You don't even
I'll
have
make a
one.
Patreon.
But yeah, you should make a Patreon, Jesse. I'd donate to you instead of Digi. That's
Jesse?
fuck, I'm sorry, Victor. I'm sorry to.
I love that. If I made a Patreon, I could probably get like $200 a month doing nothing at all.
Just by being
just
Digi
doing
Bros, brother.
absolutely nothing.
Speaking of making money online, I published a
You
book
could
recently.
make like $60 a month.
I published a
maybe.
book recently, and I've made a good chunk of change off of it. And Digi, you just finished reading it, and you gave me your whole review before we started recording.
Well, I mostly gave you the criticisms
Right.
because I didn't want the audience to have those in their head when they go in.
Wait, you still have good things to say about it? Because I thought it was just bad.
I could talk more generally. Well, I had a lot of praise. Well, just
I really want to talk about my book on this show because then I might get more sales out of your audience.
course. Well, like, you know, I have this problem myself where when I read a criticism of something before I watch it, I will often go into it thinking about that thing.
And then it'll ruin the experience for you.
It won't necessarily ruin it so much as, like...
Because you're so intellectually superior that you don't get the experience ruined for you, right?
Well, it's not that it ruins it, it's that I will be comparing notes against the analysis I saw. You know, like, if I don't agree with them, then I'll be mad that they said that about the movie, and I'll be more focused on how mad I am at that person than I am on just, like, watching the movie.
So the critic fucks up the artist's vision because now you're seeing it through a new lens that you shouldn't be seeing it through.
Just like, you know, maybe the things that I have a problem with in your novel might not bother the audience, and I'd hate for them to go in thinking about those things and then letting it bother them when it might not have if they hadn't, you know. I'd rather that they heard my criticisms after they'd read the book, and since I'm, like, the only one who's had time to read the book because everyone else got it today.
Yeah, that's right.
Then,
because I sent it to you way early.
yeah.
So what you're saying is everybody listening at home, how many views does he get? Like 600, 700, 1,000? Everybody listening at home should. Digi won't do it because he doesn't pay attention. So I'm gonna post the link to my book in the comments and go buy it. Digi said so.
Yeah, no, it's worth the read, especially
Hey!
if you're
What's your book about?
It's about a school shooting. Written from the perspective of three people: the shooter, his best friend, and an upperclassman jock at the school. And Digibro says it's the best book he's ever read. It's better than Sword Art Online, the novelization.
Oh, that's true, but that's not hard.
The only thing hard is your dick when you were reading about all the kids getting shot.
Oh man!
Why nobody laugh at that? That's
There's an 11-year-old girl who.
Whoa! Spoilers, dude!
Poses nude.
No, that's the best part of the book.
Rubs jizz all over herself.
God damn it!
Fuck.
That doesn't actually happen. You just get spoiled.
I think I described that in a loose enough manner that people.
An 11-year-old girl rubs jizz on herself. I'm saying that in a superfluous way, but it actually happens in the book.
Well,
Guys, I'm looking at the book right here, and it's happening. It's confirmed. I mean, I'm reading. It's in my hand right now, and I'm reading it. That's true.
I like how this is an audio-only recording, but Victor's
And he's
looking
actually
at his hand.
he's pantomiming his lie. Mumkey, I thought it was really it was lacking in taste that you you illustrated that section of the novel. It might actually be illegal for it to exist.
The funniest part about that is that I was describing the novel to Victor earlier today, and he said, that might make a decent, edgy movie. And I was like...
I don't think you can make a movie out of this book.
Well, my response was, I could kind of see it, except that there's too much stuff that they wouldn't allow in it. Yeah. And then I told him, there's a lot of sexual stuff involving an 11-year-old, and Victor went, oh, he's just like you.
Have you heard the audio book of Conrad's book yet?
No, he said it was terrible. So
it's a blast. If you want to cringe.
But is that?
Hey, you liked my book.
It was alright. It was okay.
Did you only post it on Twitter or something, or
on my Reddit?
Reddit, okay.
Yeah, because
how long is the audiobook? I might listen.
It's 4 hours long.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, it's
we'll listen to that on our drive home.
One of the few people who's listened to it.
A decent hit. Nobody has ever panned it that's listened to it. Everyone has said that it's interesting, but obviously unfinished. Yeah. Because, it's completely unfinished.
You put in a lot of work. Why didn't you just sell it for 99 cents a pop?
Oh, no.
You could have made a killing off of that.
Because it's a fucking 6-year-old book that I don't acknowledge as my own writing anymore.
Monetize everything you can. That's the Digibro fucking code of ethics.
The funny thing about that is I wish that was the Digibro code of ethics, but the real Digibro code of ethics is do work for free constantly and give all the money to your friends. That's the real Digibro code of ethics.
So what you're saying is go subscribe to Mumkey Jones.
Yeah.
I couldn't even advertise myself.
Everybody go subscribe to Mumkey Jones. He's one of my favorite YouTube channels.
If you're on episode 48 of Fire Red and you haven't subscribed to Mumkey Jones yet, what are you doing?
We've talked about you extensively.
Yeah,
on
they
this
sure
show,
have. What the fuck is wrong with you? Tell me why my book's good and why people just spend $15. I'm sorry, I don't want to make the whole episode about making me money.
$15 is a little much for Mumkey's book.
You think so?
Well, no, because it's a self-published. Mm-hmm. Mumkey's not making a whole ton of money off of it.
I'm not.
He's making a comfortable chunk, but not enough that it shouldn't be cheaper because he wouldn't make shit.
The book paid my rent for a month.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Pretty fucking good. I'm really shocked that many people bought it.
Yeah, I'm at 110 sales as of
this recording.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
So go buy it.
That's in less time that might be better than the sales of my album.
I read that self-published books, 95% of them don't sell more than 10 copies.
Yeah.
So I am in the top 5% of self-published books
that's why
all time.
I was really shocked to hear that it was that high because you published it through Lulu, and my first exposure to Lulu is that several of my fans have sent me their self-published comics through Lulu. A couple of them I don't think anyone has a copy except for me and the person who made it.
Oh, wait, you actually bought it, or they sent it to you?
They sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
In the mail. That was how I found out about it. So then when I saw your book, I was like, oh, he's just doing it, because I thought you were going to go try to get your book professionally published.
Yeah, I wanted everybody, because I've talked about it on my Countdown to Suicide channel, where I just talk about depressing stuff. Right. And a lot of people really wanted to read it, and I was like, well, it's not going to actually get published, and if it does, it'll take years and lots of revisions, so I just want them to read it now, and this is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. Although you could have just released a PDF, but then you wouldn't probably make any money off of it.
Yeah, and I need to pay rent, so...
Yeah, I'm shocked it made so much money, and I'm glad it did. It's worth it. It's clearly a fucking endeavor that you wrote it. It's a full fucking book. It's 350 pages.
It's almost 100,000 words, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why is it so fucking long?
Did it seem that long when you were reading it?
No, I thought it would be like 60,000 words.
Yeah, no, it's like almost 100,000.
Jesus.
Hey, Victor, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm stuck on these fucking islands! I definitely did this on Digibros already.
Do you have a story about a school shooting you wanted to tell?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, that's why we started recording, because Digi gave me his spiel. He said, your book's the best thing I ever read, and also, it relates to me because one of my friends tried to do a school shooting, and I was like, we gotta start recording right now!
Yeah, well, I think I've told this story on Digibros before, so
Who the fuck watches Digi Bros?
Apologies if you've already heard the story once or twice before.
And if you have, then you'll know you need to get the lube out. It's time to jerk off. It's a hot story.
I wanted to go more into it this time, particularly because not only did you write a school shooting novel that I just read, but you have a deep-seated interest in school shootings.
That's true. Well, just in young people who feel motivated to commit mass genocide.
You know, there was a moment, as I was getting towards the very end of your book, I started to think, what if Mumkey's actually like this and he's coming here to kill me? I did think that. I was like, what if Mumkey and his girlfriend are Bonnie and Clyding their way across the country, and we're next?
I thought Bonnie and Clyde were both girls. No, I guess Clyde would be a boy. That makes sense. Shut the fuck up. Don't laugh at me.
So,
I'm thinking of Thelma and Louise. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Victor, you bitch.
What? He didn't say.
I'm Jesse today.
Victor, has anybody ever told you your hair resembles that of Dr. Steve Brule?
What the fuck is what?
You guys don't know who Dr. Steve Brule is?
I don't think so.
No.
It's
sounds familiar.
in Tim and Eric. It's what's the name of the actor?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh god.
It does kind of look like Victor.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly's the best thing to ever come out of Tim and Eric.
You'd have to. You'll know it if you saw it, Victor. You'd go, okay, I get it.
It's not an insult. He's an amazing man, and you should look up
God,
to him.
I hate this fucking controller so
He's
much.
the smartest man.
Smartest man in the world.
That controller contributed to why I was so absolutely awful at the Pokemon race, because what just happened to you kept happening to me. That I would leave a door and then immediately it would make me go back in.
Oh, it wasn't because you jumped over a ledge that you couldn't get back over, and then you were trapped, and you had a final time of infinity? That's not why you lost? You fuck.
That isn't one of the contributing factors.
Digi, I want to hear about how your friend tried to commit a school shooting, please.
Yeah.
I won't interrupt. I know I say that a lot, but I won't.
It's fine. I don't care how long my story
Rod and Todd were his kids. Flanders' his kid. They weren't dogs.
See, the thing about getting interrupted to me is that all it means is that we're taking up more time, which means we get more content.
More episodes.
Dude, we try to pad out so hard on this show.
We go out of our way to pad out these
I always
episodes.
save whatever the best story is for last so we can pad it out as long as we can.
Yeah.
So, hey, real quick, I want to interrupt you again. Victor and Digi, can we make a pledge right now that we will finish this game tonight, no matter how drunk we get, no matter how late it becomes?
I'm down.
Because this series needs to end!
Victor, if you want to go to bed and leave it to fucking Mumkey to finish the game, you can.
I don't plan on going to bed. I'm here
replace
to hang out with Mumkey Jones.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
I'm gonna shut my mouth for the next 60 seconds, so you can tell your story.
Game right
60 seconds.
now.
This story's gonna take me 35
Yeah,
minutes.
but now you have a full minute to talk without interruptions. So
right.
please.
Well, yeah, So okay. First, I want to ask you: Did you have a fascination with school shootings before Elliot Rodger, or was it the book that that made you interested?
It was Elliot Rodger. The book was inspired by Elliot Rodger.
I meant Elliot Rodger's book.
Oh,
is that what got you interested in the subject?
R9K got me interested because they started worshiping Elliot, and I was like, oh, what's this all about? And I watched his videos, and it was bizarre, and then I read the manifesto cover to cover.
And you were hanging out on R9K because
it's my second favorite board on 4chan. TV and R9K is all I go to. And sometimes VP, but I avoided that to get away from the spoilers.
R9K!
R9K is great. I don't care what anybody
Victor
says.
doesn't know what he's legitimately asking.
It's you know what an incel is, pretty much?
Yeah,
it's like
I saw your incel video.
It's the 4chan version of incels.
So a bunch of cucks.
No.
Losers.
Cuck implies that they were able to get a girlfriend in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite of
I just
incel.
meant cuck as in pussy.
Is R9K similar to Pole at all? Like, what's the
No,
atmosphere there?
So R9K is a lot of.
I've never actually.
If you go there, you'll feel bad because it's a lot of threads about how shitty it is to be short or to have bad genetics or to have a small dick and stuff like that.
So it's like the self-hate board.
Exactly.
What does it stand for? What does R9K stand
for? So R9K is a unique board. It's just like B, only it's more self-hating, self-loathing, and also they have a robot where they're. Stop kicking the plastic. I'm having a manimal moment where he kept kicking the desk, and I was like, you motherfucker, stop kicking the desk. But R9K has a robot installed where you can't have two identical posts. So if somebody already posted the same exact thing you're about to post, your post doesn't go through, and you have to try again.
I see.
So it's unique in that aspect, but then people get around that by just posting that field with no GF, and then no robot blocks, blah 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 blah. Like so they'll just add extra shit so it doesn't get filtered out.
So basically, it's that feel with no GF board.
Exactly.
But why are you going on there?
Because it's funny. And I think most of the people posting there know that it's funny.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. 4chan is Poe's Law incarnate. You can never on some level you're not sure, and for some of them it's just both. Like it's funny, like they think it's funny, but it's also just legitimately them, which is like my whole life.
Yeah. I legitimately think that, because I mean, if you've seen my depression video, you know I'm not the happiest person. But like
the sub-channel Mumkey's countdown to suicide was my first clue.
But I think a lot of the people on that board, and I agree, that our feelings of depression and suicidal thoughts are humorous in a very funny way, and those sad, dark humor jokes are just very funny to me because they relate so much.
I know you watched Victor's whole episode about his constant susuicidal thoughts.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if
that was fucking funny. That was hilarious.
Great, right?
Yeah.
It is fun.
That was a blast.
It is a fun episode.
Back to your friend. Or do you want to keep talking about our Mumkey?
Yeah. Well, I was asking you about that stuff just I don't know, to figure out how deep-seated this interest was. But like
context.
So, all right, there was this kid named Philip Bay, and I was friends with him in like the 3rd grade, and he is like the way that you described Mario Quintanilla in the book is exactly what Philip Bay was like.
Oh my god.
Too loud, obnoxious, makes lots of jokes because he's trying to be funny, but no one thinks he's funny. Would never shut up. Like, his thing was, he was like kind of a nerd, and he was into like nerdy stuff, but he would just like start talking and not stop forever, and not be able to understand that nobody cared. And so,
are you describing me in high school?
I mean, I'm describing myself in high school too, but like this guy was another level, and we're talking about the 3rd grade. This is 8-year-old. You know?
Fuck.
Yeah, so that's when I knew him, was in the 8th grade. Well, not when he tried to commit the school shooting. That was much later. But but like I knew him early, and like the thing is that no one liked him, no one respected him. His mom fucking babied him. She never like. She wasn't strict with him.
It sounds like Elliot Rodgers' mom.
Yeah.
To a T.
She wasn't strict with him, and I knew him primarily because he was in our Cub Scout group, because my mom was a Cub Scout den leader, and so we had meetings at my house. And like somehow, I don't know if this was deliberate.
Wait, they let women into the Cub Scouts before gays? Are you serious?
As Cub Scout, as troop leaders, yeah.
What the fuck?
But anyways, I didn't know that gays weren't allowed in the Cub Scouts.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
Why would women want to be in the Cub Scouts? I'd rather be in the Girl Scouts, and then I could sell cookies and make
no
sweet
shit,
bread.
Dude. Those cookies are great. Yeah. I bet there's 10 boxes of them under Digi's bed right now.
No, if only.
When are they gonna let boys into the Girl Scouts? We had to sell popcorn.
Oh, that's right.
You can't sell popcorn. Nobody wants buckets of popcorn.
Anyways, that's true. No one wanted our fucking popcorn, but yeah,
get that shit away from me.
I don't trust you.
So my mom was the leader of the Cub Scout den we were in, and like somehow she ended up with all the misfit kids. Obviously me. Yeah.
Was Victor there?
I was too
later.
young to be in
he wasn't in the same.
Wait, you were too young?
He's a year and a half younger than me.
What?
What, did you think Victor was older than me?
Victor's he's much more handsome. He's
That's all the reasons he's not the oldest. The oldest is always the fuck up weird one.
Wait, I'm the oldest. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No. And I thought Victor was older.
Just because he's taller.
He got a bigger dick. He lasts longer in bed.
We don't know that.
I know this from experience. I've been with both of you.
So yeah, we had all the misfits. And Philip was like me and Philip were probably the biggest, misfits in the Cub Scouts.
Seymour Hoffman?
We didn't give a shit about anything.
Oh, was Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Philip Bay.
Oh. That's my fucking name, dude. What the fuck? Don't tell my name on the show, dude.
Anyways, he would just rant and rant and rant. And the thing is that I got along with him, even though like I did find him like sometimes I would just get annoyed listening to him talk forever. But like I just thought of him as smart because he knew all these fucking weird facts about stuff. Like he would just go on about Star Wars and just like get into all these like production details and tell you all this shit that you don't care about Star Wars, and like just be really passionate about it. And I thought that was cool. So I was like probably the only person who didn't outright hate him. You know?
That's a good strategy, though. When there's a crazy person, become his friend, so when he goes on a shooting, you're the one he spares.
Yeah, the thanks for the candy line that
from Dane Cook. Yeah, that's a great one.
You know what I like about you, Mumkey, amongst other things? That you're not pretentious about comedy. There was a moment that you said in one video that you really like Daniel Tosh.
Oh, yeah, Daniel Tosh is great.
Yeah, and I love Daniel Tosh.
He's edgy as fuck.
Everyone shits on him constantly.
Wow, they're pretentious. That's
Everyone
bullshit.
shits on Daniel Tosh. Sure. I think he's hilarious.
Sure, he's not Louis C.K., he's not George Carlin, but he's just edgy for the sake of being edgy, and I appreciate that.
Louis C.K. is no George Carlin himself. But
well, I think he's our generation's George Carlin.
He wants to be. I don't think he is.
I think we
like
want
Louis
him to
C.K.
be.
anymore.
Oh, ever since he became a cuck.
Yeah,
I liked him when he was on the cusp of becoming like famous, and now he's just kind of like, whatever.
His show's not bad.
I am sick of his show too.
You know about him?
I think
like,
the latest season was.
You know about all his.
I haven't seen the latest.
You know about all his locking up women and jerking off on him.
Yeah,
stuff,
that's not
right?
true, is it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's been confirmed.
I keep hearing it.
It sounds
It's
like
so
a rumor.
ridiculous that you're
As Trump would say, that's fake news.
Yeah, because Trump is who we should turn to for all of our like moral.
Don't disrespect the president of the United States. Although by the time this is uploaded, we might have President Pence. Who knows? Let's not get political on Digi Bros. I think that's the opposite of what the show stands for.
So,
Is it?
so, what the fuck was I talking about? Philip, yeah.
Gaming!
Philip Seymour Hoffman,
I
he died, so they recreated him digitally with CGI for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2.
I didn't hate him.
Yeah.
You just ignore everything I said. Like, I'm waiting for Mumkey to stop.
This is my specialty. This is how the Plebe and the Weeb is able to function as a show, because Jesse will do the most insane, ridiculous shit, and I'll just keep talking and just blow through it. And if not for that, the show would never go anywhere.
That's actually pretty good professionally.
Yeah, well, I just, you know,
That's the shtick.
it's because I just want to get my fucking point out there.
This Four Loko tastes better with every sip.
That I believe it.
Beautiful. I kind of like this coffee thing.
Yeah,
it's better than
what
a
happens
normal
when
beer.
you're drunk. Everything tastes better.
So Digi and Philip shot up the school. The end.
Well, Philip, like, again, I didn't hate him. I think possibly because we didn't hang out that much, and I always felt like, I mean, I didn't put any effort into hanging out with him more, but he also didn't put any effort in hanging out with me, and I think it was probably because I was not a cool kid. I think he wanted to hang out with cool kids.
Wait, Digi Bro wasn't cool?
Dude,
Hold on.
you've seen what I looked like as a kid, right? Did you see that I was
Yeah,
the Lolly Shota video?
You should have had like a bunch of 40-year-old prisoners trying to fuck you in the ass. If you went to prison as an 11-year-old kid, you probably would have got fucked every fucking
If I
day.
went down the street as an 11-year-old kid, I probably would have gotten fucking.
How far by high school do you think we were on a spectrum of like the edgiest losers? Like, how deep were we? I think I was the edgiest loser possible.
How could you be an edgy loser if you're so handsome?
I gotta show you.
Well, first of all,
I gotta see these
Victor
pictures.
became more handsome immediately, like in senior year. In his awkward transitional phase, he was a little weird looking, and he at all times wore a black trench coat and a fedora.
Mumkey wears that ironically.
Victor
I wore a black trench. It was actually.
Was it full body all the way down to
Yeah.
your ankles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was long as hell.
Was it like a
great.
leather one?
It was
No,
like a
it
really
was-
tight-fitting black trench coat.
Are there
And,
images of this?
Tight-fitting. There's tons of.
I gotta
yeah.
see a picture.
And he had, I mean, me and Victor,
love it.
all growing up, had super long hair. So
I was
Victor had
wearing
long,
a fedora
curly hair
in the
and
brief
a
time
fedora.
before it became a meme. Like,
Yeah.
and then as soon as it became a meme, I stopped.
Fedora and trench coat. That is amazing.
It was great.
Even
All
if you
through
don't put
high
it in the video, I have to
My
see an
aesthetic
image.
was based on my character in Phantasy Star Universe. I just remembered that recently. I was like, because my character in Phantasy Star Universe had a trench coat and a cowboy hat, and I had been playing that style, I was like,
Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
in 8th grade or whatever. So I was like, that's when I finally got it. And it's like I was doing it semi-ironically. Like I knew
No,
it was
you
ridiculous.
weren't. Don't say
Yes, I
that.
was.
No, you fucking weren't. You thought you
No.
looked cool as
Because
shit.
look, this is the progression of how that came to be. Was that our mom had this trench coat that an artist had written like "Elect the Dead" on it because it was like based on the Serge Tankian album or whatever. And so I started wearing that because it was like so random and like it was this art thing and it was so different, and I just kind of
It's
wanted
a
to be
cool
like,
trench coat.
yeah, I wanted to be like, fuck everyone, I can wear whatever the fuck I want, and so like that's how I started wearing it. And then my dad got the other trench coat as a Hellraiser costume, and I thought it was cool because it was a black trench coat, and black trench coats are cool. They're kind of cool, and so I was like, oh well, I'll transfer from the Elect the Dead one because I kept getting in trouble for the Elect the Dead one because they thought it was like a gang related thing, and so like I kept getting in trouble.
They thought Victor Collins was in a gang,
and so like I started wearing the other one because it was cooler and because I was an edgy goth kid, and like...
Are you sure the story's about your friend Philip shooting up the school and not your brother Victor?
Well, when I was in high school, I was wearing exclusively either sweatpants or pajamas, which, as you can see, this has not changed in the 10 years.
We went to Texas Roadhouse for dinner tonight, and Digi wore his bathrobe. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I wore a bathrobe and pajama pants, as I always do every day of my life.
I mean, it's not like this is a high-class restaurant. It's fucking Texas Roadhouse, but it was still funny as fuck.
But in high school, I exclusively wore either
He's
pajamas
the eccentric
or sweatpants
genius, everybody.
and t-shirt, like the same kind of t-shirts. I dressed exactly as I do now, but back then I had super long, natty, fucked up hair and the scraggliest beard in the world.
What am I
doing? It took till my like mid-20s before I could grow a decent beard. I'm in my mid-20s, but it basically what I'm saying is last year is when I could finally grow a decent beard.
We both had ridiculously long hair.
Yeah.
And shitty beards.
Victor, are we close to finishing these islands yet?
I think I accidentally went into this forest because I forgot what the fuck I was doing, and I can actually just leave the island.
Next time on Digi Bros, I actually tell the rest of this story.
Oh, and I can go pee again.
Yeah.
Wait, are you really just going through the island for no reason?
Yeah.
Did you find the little girl?
You have to go fight the bikers, don't you? Or wait, do I
don't
have to fight
fucking
the girl?
know.
Because I fought the bikers, and then I wasn't
go
sure.
through the forest and the girl should be
Anyway,
at the
next
end.
time on Digi Bros.
I gotta piss!